I know that there's a lot of confusion around what 5G actually is. It took me a little while to actually understand that 5G is actually a combination of technologies. And as far as I'm aware, that it could literally be a what people may think is a 4G or 3G signal, but the difference is that it's actually being beamformed. So it's the signal is directional towards somebody's head, somebody's foot, somebody's phone, rather than it just kind of beaming out the signals all of the time. And it's actually the kind of the strength of how this focused signal is that is actually the potentially, well, I mean, is the weaponized aspect of 5G. Is that roughly correct?
There's a nice picture of 5G there, David.
Yeah.
And what you'll see, you've got it on the left. This is the IEEE. That's the International Electronics Engineers. This is their definition of 5G. 5G is two things, not just this.
Yeah.
5G is densification, so it means more of everything that went before. So more 4G, 3G, 2G, but where it really is its technical aspect is the fact of it being able to focus the signal.
Yes, right. So this is where the confusion lays, isn't it? It's because there are obviously different waveforms that are stronger than others, just naturally. The ones when they start to go up into the higher gigahertz. But the fact is that what you're saying and what the technology actually is that it's the same stuff as before, except it's focused.
It's focused, and it's also it's called phased array radar. And the reason why nobody talks about that is because that's illegal. That's actually, I've got some pictures here, and I'll show you in a moment. So let's just, both of those pictures are 5G. So your 4G on the left, I would suggest that looks more like a phased array radar. And the picture on the right is the focus. This is created by what's called a dielectric lens. Now I'm going to show you a picture of the dielectric lens because I actually have one here. I want people to see this because this is the bit that is absolutely illegal. That lens there is what's called a dielectric lens. That allows me to focus the signal. So you see the image that we just looked at before with a 5G. So that's a 5G antenna.
Yeah.
Now, that does not rate an inverse square law. It doesn't pass any regulatory standards. And the reason why it doesn't pass any of the standards is because I can shoot you with it. Well, what I'm going to show you here is an image taken from Bloomberg. This was in February 2018. How to defend off wild boars with wicked fast 5G. It's a weapon system. 5G has got absolutely nothing to do with telecommunications for humans. It is a telecommunications system for an autonomous, so an ATV, AUV, and autonomous vehicles, as I showed in the picture before, where it's actually sending a signal to a vehicle. You get in between that signal and yourself, and believers, you will be in serious trouble. You can see the image on the right hand side, the 5G. You see the signal actually going into the vehicle.
Yeah.
If you as a human got in between that signal, you're at risk, significant risk.
So so just to kind of back up what Mark's saying, is that the MOD are actually the ones that are selling off the 5G wavelengths, aren't they?
Yeah.
So they're the ones that have EE have bought some, Vodafone have bought some, and it's actually the MOD that are selling these wavelengths. So that's an interesting factor as well. When people start to say, well, it can't be the military, well, it is. And another thing that we found is that Jacobs Engineering, it's a very large American firm. They do a lot of the work. And they've developed a lot of this 5G technology for the US government and its military.
Well, if you look at this image here, David, you'll see the whole idea of these particular products is so that they can be fitted and concealed. So you're going to ask yourself the question, why does somebody want to conceal a technology in its environment? Well, I can tell you why, because when people work at what 5G really is, they'll be looking to make sure that they are in near locality.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, so they're actually building products so that they're concealed. Now this particular product, it looks like a terminal block. You know the larger terminal blocks you see on telegraph poles. It basically looks like like a black covered block. It's where your pipes going underneath, your cables actually going underneath, and it's a singular block. Well, that's this 5G small cell was designed like that. It's to make you think that it's something that it's not. So everybody's got to scratch their heads and think, well, why would you want to do that? You know, we've got governments telling people that, you know, we're going to be the next big 5G. 5Gs, this is the future, and then they want to hide it. They want to conceal the solution.
Yeah.
Isn't that? Telling people
right. So it's fascinating you say that, because I received an answer from the Department for Digital Culture and Media and Sports Day. I got the FOI request back, and it says here 5G is a term used to describe the 5th generation of mobile communications technologies. There is not yet a common definition, as this is an experimental technology that is not yet commercially available. Definitive standards are due to be agreed in 2009, and incremental deployment is expected over the following decade. 5G is likely to be deployed as part of a patchwork of technologies, including advanced 4G, Wi-Fi, and 5G new radio. So basically, what they're saying here is actually are they lying, or are they misinformed?
Well, a little bit of both. A lot of them's misinformed. I've wrote to central government. I've told them it's a weapons system. Believe it's it's masquerading as a control management system. That thing there, that is the 5G. That's totally. That is absolutely all over the UK. It's masquerading as a control management system, and not only that, it is illegal and unlawful. This piece of equipment doesn't pass any regulatory standard. Zero. And antenna design are specifically developed within a set of international regulatory standards, a framework specifically to protect humans. These are dangerous technologies, and the reason why they fit within these standards is because they harm humans. The reason why Lloyd's of London they are uninsurable. This thing doesn't even fit within the uninsurable transmitter framework. That's how dangerous this is. I can shoot you. I can shoot you. I can phased array. This is a phased array, illegal, unlawful weapon rolled out thanks to central government stupidity and local authorities' ignorance.